Cathy Lynn Rominger Campbell, 1949, May 27th.
Mrs. Cathy Campbell was the oldest of two children born to John and Helen Rominger of Elizabethton. Her father worked for Sperry Raytheon, and she grew up in town with occasional visits to her grandparents' farm. She attended Elizabethton High School and graduated in 1966. She attended Bob Jones University before starting to work for the district attorney's office as an office assistant, and would soon fall in love with a local farm boy, Bob Campbell. They married in August of 1969 and had 3 children they raised on the farm, and now have 4 grandchildren. In 1974, they decided to start a dairy, and Cathy decided she was going to work full-time on the farm.
I came to Carter County in '76, and I met Cathy and Bob shortly after that. They had a dairy out in what I refer to as the Siam community, and Cathy was definitely a well-respected agricultural individual along with Bob, and she was active in Farm Bureau. She did all different kinds of activities.
The Campbells continued the dairy for several years. Today, they still have a cow-calf operation. And besides their dedication to their farm and family, they've always maintained their faith in their church, where Cathy is a charter member of the East River Park Christian Church.
We're Christian folks, and I grew up in the Christian church. I was maybe 3 or 4 days old when I went to church the first time. It has played an important part.
Bob and Cathy have meant a lot to this church, and this church has seen a lot of change over the past several decades, and so it's not easy to stay faithful over those many years, but I know both of them have. Cathy has certainly done a lot to serve this church.
When the dairy cows were sold in 1995, Cathy returned to work at the district attorney's office until she retired in 2020. But it was back in 1988 when she was first elected to the Carter County Farm Bureau Board of Directors. She had already been active with the Farm Bureau women, and because of her clear leadership qualities, she was elected county president in 1990 and remained there until 2019.
Things that she did and we continue to do to help our youth activities, to help our other community activities and work with our sister agencies. She had a way of just working with people and getting everybody on the same page and making it fun. I mean, that was the most one of the better things. But she did this like she did her family farm. It was family. And the board of directors were her family as well as her own family.
Mrs. Cathy Campbell's health has declined in the past year, but her spirit remains strong because of her continued commitment to her church, her family, and her longtime service to Farm Bureau. And now her name is added as a recipient of the organization's highest honor, the Distinguished Service Award.
She had a great impact on the Farm Bureau here. She was, with our membership grew a lot while she was president. She was always willing to try different things, to try to attract people to Farm Bureau. I can't think of a more deserving person than her to receive this award. I mean, she deserves it if anybody does.
She's just a very special person. She really is. Her and Bob both have just been so supportive, and she, she has really been a leader, and not more of a leader, but more of a servant to this county and this bureau. So
she was one of those quality individuals that anytime you were around her, if anything negative was being said, she always wanted something positive to come out of it. And that was just a real attribute to Cathy, and she definitely is an agricultural leader in the state of Tennessee.
Cathy is very deserving of this award, and also I would like to say that her family is deserving for her to have this award and need to be recognized also, because they've stood by her, they've helped her through the years. I appreciate all that all of them has done for agriculture and for the Farm Bureau in Carter County.
It means a great deal to me, but I was totally shocked when they told me. And I had seen these other ladies get awards, and it just never occurred to me that I might be one of them. So, and we will continue to support the Farm Bureau and everything we do.
This is always a great honor for me to recognize the volunteer leaders that has done so much for the Farm Bureau. And it's been said before, I don't know of anybody that deserves this award more than Cathy. Her and Bob has been very supportive of Farm Bureau. She really, truly loves Farm Bureau. And I know she would have liked to have been here tonight, but because of her health, she just couldn't be here. So Mike Nidifer's going to accept this award for her. Mike.
Thank y'all. I know if Cathy was here tonight, she'd have a lot to say. I don't know what to say that can be added to the presentation that Lee and his group put together and what Terry said and Cathy's life, if you would have known her. It's just amazing the things that she did with the Farm Bureau, and it showed up in her life in the way that she supported her neighbors, her family, and her church, and everybody involved. And I'm honored to accept this award tonight for her. And I asked Bob yesterday when I called to check on her, and her health has improved some, but she was still not able to come tonight. But I said, Bob, what would you have me say when I accept this award for y'all? And he said, Mike, the only thing I want is their prayers. Thank you.